These are the new metal releases for January 25th, 2025. As always, I have a wide variety. I have some black metal, I have some classic heavy metal, I have post rock, progressive metal. I have a band with Ronnie Romero who seems to be in so many different bands. I'm going to be talking about all of that in this video, so let me get into it. First one is the Great Old Ones with Kadath. They are an atmospheric black metal band. They're from France, and they're based on the works of H.P. Lovecraft, specifically the one work called The Dream Quest of Unknown Kadath. And it's based on that. So all the lyrics are about their stories. And basically this band is black metal, but it's atmospheric black metal. They're probably similar to that band that I just reviewed called Harry for the Sky, but whereas Harry for the Sky was very dark and depressing, this is a lot more dense and a lot more, I guess, like energetic. There's lots of blast beats, there's lots of these eerie melodies, haunting soundscapes, and it just kind of takes you to another world because they're bringing you into this H.P. Lovecraft world. So there are lots of great tracks. We got In the Mouth of Madness. We have Under the Sign of Kadath. And what I like about this song is that these songs transition between these like aggressive riffs and these like softer like sonic soundscapes. So this is definitely one of those albums that I need to listen to more. I think it's gonna be on my end of the month list. It should probably rank really high, but I need to spend more time with it. But I definitely liked it a lot. All right, so I have another dog here with me. This is the bigger one. He's a Great Dane. But anyway, let me continue. The next band I have is Mogwai with the Bonfire. This is not a metal band. They're post-rock. But I'm including it anyway because I thought this was pretty cool. So they're from Scotland, and it's mostly an instrumental band, but they have vocals, but the vocals are more like in the background and they're very distorted. Oh, I forgot to mention, for those of you who are from Gen X, you remember the movie Gremlins? Well, that's where they got the name Mogwai.
Has it got a name, Dad?
Yeah, Mogwai.
What?
Mogwai.
So this band is pretty unique. There's lots of different soundscapes, lots of intricate guitar work, lots of driving rhythms, and they add in these subtle electronic textures, and that really makes this band sound very original. So lots of great tracks here. We have one song called God Get You Back. This has some haunting vocals and a driving rhythm, and it shows probably a more accessible side of the band. There's the track High Chaos, and this one has a really infectious melody. It was the kind of melody that gets stuck in your head. Another track, Fanzine Made of Flesh, had a unique 90s alternative sound with some processed vocals that reminded me of the band Daft Punk. But overall, it's a really unique band. It's very original, not necessarily metal, but it's a type of music that you've never like heard anything else like sound like this before, unless you're into this type of music. And they've also been around for a while. They've like released many albums over the years. So I definitely recommend this. It's very different. Next I have Labyrinth with In the Vanishing Echoes of Goodbye. Now this band I reviewed once in my Discovering Metal Bands series for bands from Italy. This was, I think, in the second video I did. Somebody recommended them. They're progressive metal and power metal, and they remind me of maybe a little bit of Dream Theater. There's like a lot of intricate guitar work, complex time signatures, lots of keyboards. And this album has lots of great songs. One standout track is Welcome Twilight. Very powerful opener. Kind of shows the band's technical prowess and just great musicianship. Another great track I liked, Out of Place. This was a power ballad and kind of shows the band's softer side. Another song I liked, At the Rainbow's End. And this was a heavier track. This one, you're going to headbang along with it. It has these nice driving rhythms and soaring vocals. And another track I like called The Healing had a nice blend of acoustic guitars and intricate drumming and these soaring melodies. So overall, this was a very good album. Definitely a band I recommend. It was recommended when I did my other series. If you like progressive metal and power metal, definitely check it out, because this band has really great musicianship and really good songwriting. So I recommend them. Next band is called Bonfire with Higher Ground. This is a hard rock and heavy metal band, and they're from Germany. They've been around a long time. I mean, this band dates back to 1972, so they've been around the same time as Scorpions, but they had like a different name. But basically, they became Bonfire in the 80s. I think the first album came out in 1986. Basically, classic heavy metal with anthemic choruses, soaring vocals, driving guitar riffs. It's one of those bands you might know about. I think I might have heard of them before, but I don't really remember them that much. But it's basically melodic hard rock. We have some great tracks. I Will Rise. This kicks off the album with a nice blend of heavy metal and classic hard rock. We have Higher Ground. This is just pure 80s glam metal and just a very infectious and catchy track. I Died Tonight. This one showcases the more keyboard-driven sound, and just features sounds. It reminded me of like arena rock. There was Lost All Control. This is a heavier track with driving riffs and more of an aggressive edge. And overall, solid release. If you like classic hard rock, heavy metal, if you like that music of the 80s where it's that arena rock, it's more like melodic hard rock, borderline heavy metal, I think it's definitely an album to check out. Next one I have is the Ferrymen with Iron Will. So this is a power metal band. Also power metal, heavy metal. It's kind of hard to put them in one different genre. But this one features Ronnie Romero. And if you don't know Ronnie Romero, he's a very busy guy. He has, I think, like 5 active bands. My channel has been active since the year September of 2020, a little over 4 years. I've seen Ronnie Romero pop up on various albums multiple times over the years. So this guy has done so much. He's in so many different bands. So he's a really good vocalist. He's from Chile, and he has this powerful vocal style. People have compared him to Ronnie James Dio. But anyway, basically what you would expect, powerful and melodic vocals. And we have some great songs. So we have Iron Will. This is a powerful track. It's about, determination and perseverance. So the lyrics are very uplifting. We have another track called Mother Unholy. That was another single. And that one has chanting in Latin and heavy riffs, more of like one of those like darker songs with like the religious undertones. More of a dramatic and powerful song. Another track I like called Adrenaline. This one is just one of those like fist pumping tracks, which is hard driving rhythms and soaring melodies. Do another one called Darkest Storm. This one has some really great guitar work, lots of intricate guitar riffs and soaring leads. But overall, just another great album from Ronnie Romero. It's called The Ferrymen. And if you like Ronnie Romero, if you like his other work, I think you'll definitely like this. It's just melodic, hard rock, heavy metal, what you would expect from him. So I have one more album, and the band is called Century, and the album is called Sign of the Storm. So this is traditional heavy metal. They're from Sweden. They have a lot of new wave British heavy metal elements in their sound. Sound like classic heavy metal. They can be compared to bands like 70s Judas Priest, maybe the bands like Satan, and those other bands that were from the late 70s, early 80s. Those like classic heavy metal bands. They're also similar to bands those new revival bands or new traditional heavy metal bands like Haunt or other bands like that. So this one has lots of great songs. We have the opening track Sacrifice, just a high energy opener. Has some driving riffs, powerful vocals. We have Children of the Past. This one has the classic heavy metal guitar work with the galloping rhythms and soaring melodies. Then we have Necromancer, and this one has these like Van Halen type of guitar riffs and powerful vocal delivery. And the other one, The Chains of Hell, which definitely a pretty decent track. I like that one. Just lots of heavy guitar riffs, and overall, it's a type of album that sounds like it was recorded back in the '70s, like the late '70s. It has that production value. So if you like didn't know it was a new band, like you would think it's like some obscure metal band that you've never heard before, but it definitely has that throwback sound. So I like it a lot. That is all. Check out last week's episode. I'm going to stick that here on the screen right now. Please give this video a like. It helps me with the YouTube algorithm. Please subscribe if you have not already. I do rock and metal reviews, rankings, and more. Thanks for watching, and I will see you in the next one.